entrepreneurship, it's never a case of easy wins. It's a long-term journey. It's a long-term, goal, and it's something that, at the right time, when it does happen, the world will take notice. My name is Jonathan. I'm the Managing Director at OJ Solutions. OJ Solutions provides IT and project management services. Our tagline is engage, enhance, enable. That's what we focus on. So we provide post-deal execution services for projects, as well as project resources for organizations as well. All right, so our customers vary in terms of industry and sizes. So really, there's no customer that we don't work with. We work from pharmaceuticals, FMCG, banking, and finance, insurance, and down to even smaller businesses as well, such as care providers and bespoke organizations. But one key thing everybody should know is I have one major ambition amongst many, and that is to go to space. So that's something I hope to do in a few years' time. Currently, it's priced at about £250,000. I've got 1,000 ready to go, so hopefully we'll see how we get on. Wonderful reception there. Got the main kitchen here, so
Thank you so much.
obviously teas, coffees, microwave, fridges, everything you need. All right, now I'm going to show you the bigger office where all the work happens. All right. Come on in, meet the guys. Typical day at OJ Solutions starts with me in the office. I'm usually in by 8, 12-hour shifts, as you would expect, nothing less. And that just starts with myself going through the day, getting things ready, and then engaging with my teams on a global scale with stand-ups and things of that nature, and just being able to set out the agenda for each day. Here's a funny story. About 15, 16, I developed an idea, which at the time I didn't really know what direction to take it in, but long story short, got in contact with a certain company and tried to get the patent, but it was a long process, and I was young, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I kid you not, and I have evidence for this, so whoever's watching, if you're watching this, I've got evidence. That product, today, that product is Ring doorbell, $1 billion. So, things like that have always kind of kept me going, because I know, there are things, ideas, it's just a case of execution. This is where we are in St. James's House in Salford. Right over here is Manchester Arndale, which is practically Manchester city centre. Yeah, it's been great being based in Manchester. For me, I would always tell anyone outside of the UK, Manchester is the place to be. Hands down, you can't beat it. There is another place called London, but Manchester is the place to be. And I think Manchester in the last couple of years have had great investment, in terms of the technology or the tech hubs, the tech startups that's been happening in and around Manchester. So by far, Manchester is definitely #1 place to be. Simple benefits of working with OJ Solutions, I would definitely say, is we care. Right? Sounds generic, but we genuinely care. We genuinely care in terms of how we engage with our clients, and more so the deliverables and how we go about doing that. So we tailor our solutions to the businesses, and I think from doing that, we've been able to see tremendous results and engagement rates as well. So from a success factor, it's been out of the roof. Key drivers, different relationships between dependencies. Definitely my whiteboards. I am someone that is very visionary. I like to, kind of put words down or put pictures down as much as I can. So I like to describe things and, I like to draw it out as much as possible. Right now, it's probably more so with IT. I think that's a challenge a lot of businesses are facing. Sorry, when I say AI rather, is what I would say the challenges that businesses are facing. And I think it's lack of understanding. Everybody's being told AI, but you need to really know and take time to understand how it applies to you, because maybe not everything applies to you as an organization. But a lot of the bigger companies really just kind of sell you, one size solutions for everyone, whereas that might not be what you need. You might need something a bit more tailored, a bit more bespoke to, your organization. Definitely, most interesting conversations is not in my office, it's in a bigger office. And those conversations are usually around religion, which is a good take. It's usually around religion and everyone's self-belief. But I encourage, open conversation, because I believe we all learn from one another, so definitely. It's pretty much born, or rather, should I say, that's in our DNA. It's engraved in terms of how we work, how we think, how we engage with our clients as well. So very much taking technology and seeing what it can do today, but more so what it can do for the future as well. One challenge we've recently overcame is more so the structure in terms of communication, and I think that's one of the benefits of using Zenzap as a business communication tool. Previously I had other applications which weren't necessarily business focused, but I think with using Zenzap has helped us to be more business focused when it comes to the communication. I would describe Zenzap as the birth child of Slack, Teams, WhatsApp, because for me it's really all in one. So with team communications, a lot of that is done via Zenzap. So what it means is, for example, with announcements and key things that we need the teams to action, it's easy to just get that through Zenzap because everybody's got it on their phone or they've got it on their desktop. So, there's no case of, oh, I didn't see or I didn't get it. We know it's there and everyone's, easy access for the whole team. So it just makes that communication a lot easier and straightforward. Yeah, so we primarily use Zenzap for team communications and project management. So it's got some, key tools in terms of being able to assign tasks and assign task owners. So, for myself as an executive, it kind of does give me that view so I can see what people are doing, what they're ticking off. And obviously, if there are any blockers, it can easily be raised for, for myself to address. Previous challenges was the fact that it was hard to distinguish between personal and business from a lot of the tools that we previously used. But with Zenzap, we know it's primarily business conversations, so it makes it easier to engage. Everyone knows what you're talking about, and with the features, or a lot of the features that we've been using, for example, you're creating specific groups and specific project groups for communications. It's just been a lot easier to actually action deliverables within the teams. Yeah, so we have tried Slack, we have tried Teams and other applications, but the main thing was just the pricing aspect as well, and it wasn't structured the way Zenzap is structured. So the benefits of Zenzap is, ideally the way you can engage with your teams, the way you can set, messages as to when you send out your messages as well. I'm somebody that, God knows, all odd hours, I'm awake, so rather than disturbing my team with pings going off at night, I can schedule the message, for them to receive in the morning as well. So that's been good, and the fact that we can structure the communications into the groups, into specific chats as well. So that's made it a lot easier. Yeah, so my biggest issue before with other channels such as WhatsApp was not being able to separate, between the business and the personal side of things. People usually kind of getting communications mixed up. And I've always been somebody that thought, if you have a specific tool for this, your mind is always there. Your mind is not thinking, what am I gonna have for tea, or I need to reply my mom's message or whatever it is. It's more so, this is business, and it's a business tool, business communications. So with Zenzap, it really makes that a lot easier for us. It kind of, let me say, weeds out the fluffy stuff. Simplicity. That's definitely one thing I would say I love about Zenzap. It's just simplicity. It's not complicated. It's not hard to use. It's not something that you need to now train your staff, in terms of how to use it. It's just very simple, and it's very mobile friendly as well. And even the desktop version, very easy to use. I think the timed messages, that's definitely something I would say. Myself, I work all odd hours, so rather than disturbing my whole team with messages at midnight or 3 a.m., I can set a time message and they would receive that when they wake up. That we're small. We're not actually small. It's actually a large business. We've got global employees, global contractors and partners, practically all around the world really. So we do have that infrastructure, we do have that capacity to be able to support businesses wherever they might be. How do I keep the energy up? I wouldn't say there were secret motivators. I think it's just more so the drivers. It's just the driver of knowing what we're here to do, what we can achieve, and how, in the words of Tesco, every little helps. So every little bit of task, every deliverable, it's all part of, achieving that bigger picture. So I think that's really the driver. So I enjoy helping people, I enjoy giving back. I do a lot of engagement. I do have a foundation, which is the OJ Foundation. We focus on predominantly looking after widows and orphans, and I have a few coordinators that support me. Dear OJ, thank you for all you do for us. Thank you for being there for us. Thank you for putting smiles on all our faces. God bless you tremendously. Happy birthday, sir, the super teens and mum. So that was something I received from one of my coordinators supporting with the charity as well. This picture here was a gift from them, and along with the wonderful handwritten note. It's beautiful things like this. And again, some of the cards I received and the awards that I received, I enjoy them because it tells me I'm on the right steps. It tells me I'm making an impact, and it validates my journey. Success in the next 5 years, that's an easy one. Definitely multiple locations on a global scale. I think given my nature as an entrepreneur, can't dispute 1 or 2 private jets, it goes a long way. It helps me get around the world, we've got to keep the work going. But aside from that, definitely an increase in our client engagements as well. That's something we want to build on, definitely in the next coming years. So we want to increase our footprint on a global scale and make sure we are more accessible to our clients.